Based on true events, this film is an attempt to present Said Nursi's exile in the town of Barla from 1927 to 1934.
Bab-ı feyzinden ırak olmayı asla çekemem. Dahi nezrim bu ki canım sana kurban olacak. Nazarın erse garip başıma ey nuru hüda. Bugün artık bu hakir bende de umman olacak.
(1954). Said Nursi returns to the town of Barla after 20 long years.
It's him. It is him.
He's coming. He's coming. It's him.
His back. He looks good, doesn't he?
Mom, which one is he?
Don't worry, he'll recognize you.
He looks well.
When I left, your mother was your age. Saniye, how are you? How are my friends?
We are all here to welcome you, sir.
I'm overjoyed to see you, sir. Wonderful.
Greetings, my brothers.
Greetings, sir. We have missed you. It has been too long.
Thank you, my brother.
Thanks to the one who brings us together again.
Praise be to God.
Why didn't anyone tell me? My dear teacher, welcome, welcome.
How are you, my brother? How is the little one?
He's good, he's good. Mustafa has grown up and has become a teacher. He's doing quite well indeed.
Mustafa is a teacher? Praise God. Wonderful.
This is the grave of Mustafa Çavuş. This is Lady Ayten's. That one belongs to Shamla Hafiz's wife, the Lady Zehra, and there rests Hafiz Ahmed.
Mustad, welcome, sir.
Thank you. Shamla Tevfik, now that you're done with the writing, how do you spend your days?
Teaching. Quranic recitation to the children.
In the eyes of God, the merit for teaching children to recite the Quran and being a scribe for the Risale-i Nur is the same. All of you be my witnesses. This man is so dear to me that I would not enter paradise without him.
find not one word about Saeed Nursi.
The governor asked too. He says Nursi was busy writing books.
He does not write, they write for him. What did you tell the governor?
Well, I said that he was harmless.
You still don't see this man's power. Underestimate the enemy, and I assure you that we will lose the war.
Well, I'm very sorry, but he is nothing like Sheikh Said was, sir. If he had wanted a revolt, he could have had one.
This Saeed has no concern for petty politics. He has bigger fish to fry. I'm sure of it.
The first gateway to illumination.
Oh, yes, of course. It's only the first gateway to illumination. So then they obviously plan on writing about a second and a third.
Sir, why not exile him to somewhere remote and out of sight, so we can keep him under our control and isolated?
I don't believe exile is the answer. Right now, the best place to keep him quiet is right here.
I hope that you can accept this. I can never repay you for what you've done for me. You've been so kind. If there were a way I could do more, believe me, I would, sir.
Yes, very good. You can just leave it by the door.
Sure. Yeah. Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you.
You go. I won't be able to join you tonight.
What's going on? Cavalry and people coming and going? Are we at war?
I wish I knew. That infamous preacher, you know him. Turns out, they've dumped him in our lap.
The one they exiled to Bordor?
Yes, that's the one. His name is Saeed Nursi or something.
So what's his story, and why trouble us?
They believe he'll topple the entire government, and now we're stuck with this guy. Good, Shevket. Come in, please. You'll take this Nursi to Barla and deliver him to the authorities. The commissioner already knows about it.
Yes, sir. It's time. We'll go together. I'll carry your things for you.
Thank you. I can manage. Let's go.
What's the matter with you, my friend? 1 minute you're playing music and having fun, now you're miserable. I just don't get you. What's going on?
I'm through with that lifestyle. You wouldn't understand. So please, just leave me, all right?
The ones in these graves would expect us to help them. Come, my friend, let's pray.
The neighborhood smells of your delicious bread. Let's save some for the neighbors. No one should be denied such a delight.
By the grace of God, it'll be enough for everybody. Don't you worry.
I see we're not alone.
If I might ask, would you mind buying some raisins from me, young man?
How much would you like?
Why not buy enough for all of us to enjoy?
You always get into this trance-like state when you scribe.
When I was a kid, my father told me about a man, and that I would serve this important person through my scribing. And ever since then, I have been scribing and wondering, each and every day, who this holy man might be. Who knows where he is?
If only I could find this man and tell him that my pen is at his service.
You know, that reminds me. I heard they're exiling a scholar here. Perhaps the two of you share some of the same interests.
The passenger pays for the ride, and that is I.
This is the government's responsibility.
Yes, well, even if that might be the case, I cannot lay a hand on public funds. I will pay my share.
That should be enough. Thank you, sir.
Sir, what did you do to be exiled this far?
It is people who persecute, but destiny unfolds justly. Back in Van, I gave up teaching the Quran and secluded myself to save my hereafter. However, it is more pleasing to God to be amongst and of service to people. But when I thought of myself, destiny punished me through the hand of the government and sent me here.
It's sad, isn't it? Why do things have to die? People die too, you know. Dying is so sad. Do you know why people have to die? Nuh-uh. Hey, look at them. Isn't that your dad riding the horse? Where are they going? My father told me a bad man is coming and they are going to meet him. Why is he bad? What did he do? How would I know? My dad told me he was bad and very dangerous.
It's not much farther now. We'll be there by sunset.
That will be too late. It's time for afternoon prayer.
Are you really going to pray on a boat?
My friend, can you steer the boat a little this way?
Yeah.
Allahu Akbar.
We've never encountered a man like this. He's very dangerous.
I assure you, such a man is not a threat to your authority.
So is that him?
I guess. Hey, what's that funny name they call him?
Bediuzzaman.
And what does it mean?
It means strange man, I think.
According to orders, we have brought the exile.
You know why you're here, right? I don't want any problems. You're not allowed to do anything without my permission, understand?
Take care of him until I arrange for a house.
He's more than welcome.
Hafiz, make sure this guy doesn't do anything without permission.
Please.
I hope this guy doesn't cause any trouble.
It's not like it used to be. We're in charge now.
Please. This is our guest room, sir. You've traveled a long way. Why don't you get some rest?
Allow me to be blunt. It's my principle not to accept anything that I did not pay for.
But you're a guest. I can't take money from you. But if it's the only way...
Thank you for your hospitality. I apologize, but I cannot be swayed from that principle.
Make yourself at home. Please join me for a meal.
What is your name, little one?
My name's Sanya.
Would you pray for me, Saniye?
Mm-hmm.
I had something for you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Enjoy them.
Hello? Yes, sir. Yes, that's right. He just arrived. We will find an empty house immediately and isolate him. Yes, yes, of course, sir. I'll keep an eye on him. Best regards to you, sir.
What is it, Dad?
Nothing. I just have to deal with an extremist preacher no one else wants to.
Daddy, what does extremist mean?
The writing of Saeed Nursi's masterpiece, The Treatise of Light, first began here. Even today, this sycamore tree is a reminder of the grandeur of the treatise, and this simple house a reminder of its author's humility.
We wish you could have stayed in our house. At least allow us to bring you a bowl of soup. I know that would please Saniye very much.
How can I refuse? I will pay, of course.
Keep your eyes on this preacher. The central office wants a report, so make sure you don't take your eyes off of him.
Okay.
This man was sent here to be exiled. Don't forget that.
Okay.
No one gets close to him. Do you understand me? Huh?
Yes.
If you don't want to lose your job, keep your eyes open.
Yes, as you wish, sir.
During those days, under the pressure of domineering looks, people of the town tried to catch a glimpse of this strange and mysterious man. If the government lets them loose, who knows what else they would do? This one is a master of deception and exploitation. Listen to me. Don't be deceived. All he cares about is money.
up, Mustafa? I hope you're just carrying wood and not up to something, huh?
Oh, come on. If anyone in this town is up to something, it's a safe bet that you are. Lord, have mercy.
The one who has created the eye of a mosquito, or a butterfly, or an ant, has also created the sun. Whoever designed the stomach of a flea. It can only be him who also designed the solar system.
In his own words, destiny did not grant Nursi with an ability to write well. He prayed for help to scribe his thoughts and ideas. The inhabitants of Barla and the surrounding towns answered his prayer.
Will you never tire of scribing? It's about to rain. You better hurry.
Rain is the embodiment of mercy. That's why it's called Rahmet, meaning mercy. Its arrival is unknown before its signs, and after its signs, it can only be forecasted. From this point of view, time of rain is a part of the unseen world. During rainless times, God wants us to pray for rain. Then when God sends down the rain, he brings the earth back to life after its death. He creates colorful plants and flowers all around. In the same manner, he will resurrect humanity in the hereafter.
Please, sir, let me clean it for you.
That's not necessary. What is your name, my friend?
Suleiman. Welcome to our village. I live there. Please, you're welcome to stop by any time.
Same goes for you, my friend. Visit anytime.
Sir,
Welcome, brother. I've been waiting for you.
You've been waiting for me?
Yes, my brother.
But,
Please write this down, my brother. In the name of God is the beginning of everything good. So we too shall begin with it. As this holy word is the sign of Islam, every living creature continuously recites it. O my soul, you are only a passenger in this world. But your weakness and poverty are endless. All your enemies and all your needs unlimited as well. So recite in the name of God. You take the name of the ruler and merciful owner of this destination. You act in that name and be saved from becoming a slave or a servant of material limitations and unfounded fears.
What are Suleiman and Shamli Tevfik doing with that preacher? What are those fools up to, huh?
The preacher dictates, and they write it down.
What do you mean, write it down? What exactly are they writing?
They call it the treatise.
They call it the what?
The treatise. The treatise.
Treatise? Pathetic. If a book needs to be written, then the government writes that book. What's all this fuss about writing a book?
I've also noticed they're building a shack. A wooden shack on top of that sycamore.
A shack? He's building himself a little tree house in that sycamore because he's too good for a real house? Is that what you're saying? Yeah. What do I tell central office?
Since all things say in the name of God, bearing God's bounties in God's name and presenting them to us, we also should say in the name of God. We should give in the name of God and take in the name of God.
Sir, is everything all right?
Every cloud has a silver lining. Don't you worry. This too shall pass. When the time is right, the butterfly leaves its cocoon. There is a holy man who is in Barla. I believe it is time for you to meet him.
Is this man a sheik?
Nursi, my friend. Why don't we go and see for ourselves?
Khusrev, you're going to walk 40 kilometers while you are fasting? Are you crazy?
I'm about to go visit a really important man. It's a small price to pay.
Why can't you at least ride a horse or something? Have you completely lost your mind?
There he goes again. It's the same thing every day, either to the mosque or to the field.
Consider for a moment a powerful government prohibiting the people, doing everything they can, using all their resources to intimidate and influence the people. Our master, the Prophet Muhammad's physical power was less than nothing, far weaker than the government I speak of. The Holy Prophet faced the wildest, most violent and backward-thinking men of the age of ignorance. But with almost no physical power or material resources, within just 23 years, he formed the most spiritually and socially developed community of all times. So I dare the entire world when I say this. Gather 100 of the best philosophers and the best pedagogues, the best psychologists, the best sociologists. See if it is possible for them to do 1% of what that man did in just 23 years. O Lucy, my brother, I take you as the first learner of heavenly light.
Please, sir, if you would allow me, I would like to correspond with you, dear sir.
I am not accustomed to writing letters. It means separation, but I will receive them.
Thank you, sir. What kind of sheik is that? He is not like the others.
Faith in Quran service is very important in such times. 1,000 pens should come to help.
Did you say 1,000 pens, sir? How could this happen in a place like this?
We are the reason. Allah is the inducer. Allah who makes the fig seeds carry the fig tree. He can also turn a bala seed into a tree with thousands of fruits.
Are you sure that's enough?
I'd give him more, but that's all he ever eats. Saniye,
Yes, Daddy.
take this and bring it over to Ustad.
Okay, Daddy.
Brother Husrev, you can find the answers to your questions within the words of the catechism books. Today, the most important thing is that faith be endeavored much more than it ever has been before.
Yes? Hello, sir.
I've been told that Nursi is talking to people. There were visitors the other day. You think you're there for vacation, or don't you care about your future?
I do, sir.
He's not to be allowed to study or read with anyone.
Come on, dig your head out. Are you afraid?
What are you doing, kids?
I'm just playing.
Just playing? This poor animal cannot talk. It cannot tell you how much it hurts from your actions. Please let him go. Allah created him just like he created you.
Okay, sir. I'm sorry.
We told you to collect all the papers and pens if necessary.
But
The higher-ups are very serious about this, understand?
Yes, sir. I've got Nursi and now the telephone. What did I do to deserve this?
Oh, God, have mercy. Suleiman, if you would please go help that poor animal.
Just look at that. Tortoise.
What are you doing? Didn't you hear what he said? Do you think it's fair to hurt the poor animal? Huh?
Come on, let's go.
In the name of Allah, the compassionate, the merciful, this word is about the heaven. In this town of Barla, any bird or any bee can say that. All the vineyards and gardens here in Barla are my parade. This means that the exploitation of Barla's gardens by man does not prevent its exploitation by any of God's creatures. Also, any human being can say that my Creator has made this world a home for me. The sun is my lamp, the stars are my power. The earth is my cradle of vast lands of plants and flowers. The other creature's exploitation of the earth is similar. It does not contradict this. So every human being, even if they have their own place in heaven, granted to them by God, can also take part of the earth, also granted by God.
You have said so much, but hardly any time has passed.
Yes, 1 or 2 hours. I could stay all day.
This is the garden of our faithful brother Suleiman. This is the result of his great sincerity. We remain by his grace only.
What about Sabri? He's a great scholar. Perhaps he would like to join us.
Apparently, a serious movement is starting in the area. I should have known that he would not stay idle.
We have located our best spies all around Esparta. We are continually watching every move he makes.
You claim that you are taking measures, but your so-called efforts are not enough. This man does as he pleases.
There are many ways to cut corners, sir. For example, if you allow us to use poison, we can get rid of the turban head easily.
Perhaps, but it must be done very discreetly. No one can know that it was us. Otherwise, we'll end up with a dead martyr instead of a dead man.
We were going to Barla to visit Bediuzzaman. We stopped by to take you with us, but...
He is very sick. He cannot even talk. He has been like this for a long time. Since you are going to see him, could you ask him for a spell or charm to help my Sabri, please?
I'll do what I can. May God help you both.
I hope so. Thank you.
Here you go, brother.
Thank you, Sheik.
Brother, I am not a sheik, but an imam.
Allahu Akbar.
Sir, we would like to be regarded as students and serve with our pens. We are ready to do whatever it may take.
We will get them to you. Give them to the ones who can write. Send them all back, so we may revise them. The booklets of heavenly lights which we will write will repair the walls of faith which have been broken over the centuries.
Saniye, where are you going? Look at this. I bought it downtown. It has color pictures. Would you like it?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, how are you? I'm good, and you? I'm good. Hey, isn't that Saniye? Yes.
You can bring it back to me later.
So.
Okay.
Brother, take my greetings to Sabre, but I have nothing to do with spells or charms. Healing comes from Allah. Let us all pray. God's help will heal Sabre.
Tell me how much this preacher paid you.
God give me patience. Paid me for what? I helped the man for God's sake. What is wrong with that?
Stay away from this man. Look, Suleiman, you have a family. It will not be good for you if the people hear about it, understand?
I'm sorry, sir. Do you consider this wasting?
Brother, saving is an important attribute in our lives. This is because it is a reason to receive blessings and divine mercy. It is a gratitude as well as the bringer of good health. And besides that, it prevents us from begging spiritually.
Is the turban head gone yet?
No news yet, sir. But, I promise you, it won't be long before he is.
It is not going to be as easy as you think. He is not an ordinary man.
Ustad, what has you so lost in thought?
An old dream.
Oh, I see.
In my dream, I was answering questions in a congregation of very important people. All the small wars of countries and the battles within communities have taken their place in the ranks of violence because mankind doesn't want to be slaves any longer. They are breaking those bonds with blood. Now mankind carries the chain of money around its neck, and in my opinion, it will also break these chains if given enough time to do so.
This is insane. How dare this preacher stand up to the government?
According to our sources, he does have money. But The man doesn't eat more than a spoonful or two of soup a day.
So what's he doing with all his money?
I've heard he's hiring people. He's buying their time with his money. I don't have time for this nonsense. We'll just follow orders. Who cares what he buys or sells?
What are you doing? Why did you buy matches instead of struggling that much to light a fire?
I don't have money to spend for that. I prefer spending my money to buy more papers so that I could write maybe a few more pages. Waste is waste, even if it's one single penny. That's what I've learned from Bediuzzaman recently.
What is Uncle Mustafa doing?
He's building a place for me to live.
What will you do there?
I will read, I will write, and I'll rest.
Why do you read that much?
In the Holy Quran, the first verse was read. A human being is a book. The universe is a book. The Quran is a book. They all need readers.
Ustad, it's finished. Feel free to use it when you wish. It's all yours.
Nice work. May Allah be pleased.
May He be pleased with us all. Praise be to God.
Yes, very nice.
But sweetheart...
I'm all right. I will give him this honey and see how he's doing.
Wait, 1 second. Here, your tobacco case. You'll need it, I'm sure.
I will see you later.
Goodbye, and please be careful.
I am continuously smoking this, but I don't know if I should. I'll see what he thinks about it.
It is nearly impossible to define the dimensions of the dangers we're facing. Your words of warning are wise.
We must always bear these points in mind, especially when dealing with the likes of Saeed Nursi. Once he convinces people that he's right about his sacred cause, he will become unstoppable. If that happens, there's only two things we can do to minimize his influence.
I don't receive anything unless I pay for it, brother. Please don't be offended. That's my personal principle, and has been all my life.
The public is suffering from poverty. We can use that to our advantage by distracting them with some sort of mindless entertainment. Or make them insecure about the days that lie ahead. Create a sense of panic about what may come. Have them fear the future.
Saeed Nursi has an incredible magnetism, and people are responding to his message with great enthusiasm. However, we are determined to limit his threat and do what it takes no matter what the cost.
I assume those beautiful bees are not very willing to give up their honey so easily.
You're right, sir. I suppose not.
How do you get it?
We apply smoke into the hive. When all the bees come flying out, that is when we collect their honey.
Just like smoking, isn't it? When the smoke enters into the body, the health goes out. Though, scholars such as yourselves would know this better.
You're being modest, sir.
Continuous propaganda is essential here. You need to raise fear against religious extremism. People need to feel unsafe because of this so-called threat.
Do you think this will be enough to stop him? Why don't we just get rid of him immediately?
That will not remove him from the people's subconscious. We must be careful not to do anything that would encourage people to follow him. In death, he would be an even bigger problem. Once he becomes a hero, it's too late.
Yes, as usual, you're absolutely right, sir.
It's time to strengthen our faith together. I do not have the skill to write well. You should help a semi-illiterate man like me with your thousands of pens.
But, sir, I am but just one pen. How can I become 1,000?
Oh, come now. You must have heard of a phone operator. He may be only one, but he can connect thousands of lines. Our generous brothers from Sparta are ready to help scribing with their pens. Transferring the booklets is extremely important. You will be the operator for that job.
The generous people of Barla were very cautious. When transferring the first copy to the operator, Sabri. He gave his copies to Hafiz Ali. He wrote the words of inspiration just like another strong pen, Husrev. Hafiz Ali conveyed the copies to workers who were interested. Husrev shared them with his friend Mr. Refet to distribute. And the seniors who were not able to write gave them to their young who were.
Can't believe it. Papers are flying all over the town. In and out. Are you sleeping there? Just tell me. Don't you check people at the entrance of the town?
We do, sir. But we can't...
Obvious that you will not be able to stop this guy.
Since the world is mortal, and since the life is short, and since there are many duties here for humans, and since the eternal life will be prospered with our work here, and since the world has a real owner, and since both good deeds and bad deeds will be evaluated, and since God does not lay a heavy burden on his people, and since worldly friendships and positions do not go beyond the grave, the most fortunate is definitely the one who doesn't risk his or her hereafter for transient worldly pleasures, my friends.
You're tiring yourself out. I should be helping you.
Don't you worry about me. You just do what you have to. It's more important to help Bediuzzaman with his books right now.
Do you carry soup to him every day? Mm-hmm. Aren't you afraid? Why would I be afraid? He gives me grapes. He's a nice man. He gives me grapes too. I'm not afraid of him. So why do his visitors help him write all those things? This makes my father so mad, you know. Why does your father get mad at everything?
Little Mustafa, do you know the meaning of your name?
It's the name of our prophet.
Okay. So do you know what it means? It means the chosen one. Pure and clean. Imagine that the universe is a tree. The tree is derived from a seed. It gives fruit, and again there are seeds in this fruit. Since our holy prophet is the seed of this universal tree, he is Mustafa, as well as the most beautiful, the most special fruit of that universal tree. Do you want to do something which makes our holy prophet very happy, Mustafa?
Of course.
Can you recite Surah Al-Ikhlas?
You mean Ikhlas? Yeah, but not all of it.
I will help you recite.
Allahu Ahad.
Allah is eternal and absolute,
Allahu Samad.
neither beget nor begotten,
Lam yalid wa lam yulad.
and there is none like him.
Wa lam yakun lahu kufuwan ahad.
Good job. See, you did great. Such a lovely recitation. Very good indeed. With practice, you can recite yourself.
This poison is taking too long. I want this to be over.
You know, hanging such men publicly is the best solution. But unfortunately, this is the order we've got.
I'll finally relax when this is all over. I think I've lost weight.
They are completely out of control. They don't give up reciting the call for prayer on the quiet.
What's the big deal? These people practice Salah prayers in this old mosque 5 times a day. And extra prayers we've never heard of.
If we tell the soldiers to raid the place, nobody would dare stay close to him again after a noisy visit to the mosque.
Why are you standing around? Come on, do your job. Aren't you here to arrest the men? Come on now. Just take him. Unbelievable. You will pay for this.
What's this? What are they waiting for?
Come on, get out, get out. Empty the mosque. Come on, get out. Move it.
Empty the mosque. Come on.
Listen, preacher. You're putting these men in harm's way. The government will punish them severely, and in the end, they will all blame you for their suffering.
Those practices are unlawful. They are trying to intimidate us with fear and panic. In fact, the ones who torture us are not able to conceive the secrets of destiny. They serve only beliefs of men and not God, unconsciously, of course. Our duty is to pray for the betterment of their souls as well. Brother, the truths of Risale-i Nur are all under protection. But there are those who wish to stop us in our endeavors. We should meet less frequently. You will then be able to write more easily.
Tell me, what is it, son? What's wrong?
Grandpa, can you teach me how to recite Ikhlas?
I'm very tired. I was working on the farm all day. I need to get some sleep.
Grandpa, Bediuzzaman, why doesn't he need to sleep at all?
Excuse me, sir, but what are you looking for?
Paper.
Are you out of paper, son?
I'm illiterate, sir. What would I do with paper?
Islam is like the sun. You can't blow it out like a candle. In the daytime, closing your eyes won't make it night. He who closes his eyes makes it night only for himself.
Sir.
This letter is from Nursi. He's studying the Risale-i Nur very seriously. His insightful questions could fill an entire book. We shall write our reply together.
Of course, sir.
About your other question, how can death be a blessing? Death is coming out of the narrow prison of the world we live in, and into the wide, painless life eternal, into the mercy of the One with endless love.
Why couldn't you stop the transmission? I thought you had control of the situation.
But sir, it's not just Barla. They're everywhere.
You must stop them from spreading those writings. Arrest anyone who passes by Nursi's door.
Do you want me to recite? I memorized it.
Please, Mustafa, I'm listening.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Kullu wallahu ehad, Allahu samed, lam yelid ve lam yulad, ve lam yekun lehu kufuwan ehad.
Good job, Mustafa. Here. Please take this.
Thank you.
Enjoy your meal. May God bless you. I get by on very little, so this food will last a while. You won't have to come back.
But sir, if it's all right, we would like to visit you more often.
Brother, they may try to harm you and the Risale-i Nur because of me. You don't have to worry about me. Heaven's light continues to shine. Degrading me for my flaws and disgracing me in the public eye will not harm the Risale-i Nur. Its hundreds of copies speak on my behalf. Through its students, thousands will carry on this holy duty for all time.
Nature is art, not the artist. It is embroidery, not the muralist. It is the judge's ruling, not the judge. It is the law, not the lawmaker.
Faith connects each human being to God. God's heavenly art and the working of God's names come into sight with this connection, allowing us to see our own worth.
Faith is the heavenly light, as well as the power. And with this divine light, heavenly messages are read to humanity as well as the universe.
Faith makes the man a man, maybe makes him a king, but rejecting faith makes the man a weak creature. Brother, you'd better go before it gets dark.
Sir, I would like to stay with you. And if it's all right, pray by your side on this holy Friday night.
Brother, let's have tea with a little sugar.
Certainly, sir. I'll prepare it.
Look at that colorful page in the book of the universe. See the golden pen of power? No dark spots are left for those who see with the heart. God seems to have written verses with heavenly light. Listen to the sweet sermon of the stars. Look how wisdom has written down his letters with heavenly light. All speak with the language of the truth in the magnificent court of the one who deserves to be exalted. We are scattering heavenly light. We are witnesses for the existence of the Creator, His unity and power. The angels look at the creation, the delicate miracles, the embroidery on the earth through humanity. We are careful and searching eyes focused on heaven, looking for a sign of the divine.
يا حي يا قيوم يا حي يا قيوم برحمتك نستغيث اللهم أصلح لنا شأننا كله.
They say Nursi's been in the mountains for 2 months.
Let him stay there. It's better for us. Let him talk to the animals. Who cares?
No matter what we do to stifle this man time after time, he somehow finds a way to make himself heard.
Why are you letting this man get to you so much, sir?
Because the people, they latch onto him without even thinking twice, you know? Like he's something special.
So why not just kill him?
Killing him won't be that easy. Besides, he's greater trouble to us dead than alive. We don't want a martyr.
There are many similarities between Maulana Halidi Al-Dadi, chief scholar of his age a century ago, and our teacher today. Both have the humility and wisdom of the ages, and both have a compassion for all living things that only a true faith in God can foster.
Sir, we're going back to the village. It's about to snow. May God be with you.
Peace be upon you, sir. Good day to you.
Saniye, look here. Let's see which one you like.
Oh, I want to see. Can I hold it?
Sir, the job's done. We'll be rid of him by tomorrow.
Good.
It was my pleasure, sir.
Good news.
Mm-hmm.
Nursi has been handled.
Excellent.
It'll be done before tomorrow.
I understand. The job is done, sir.
Is Nursi dead?
In just a few hours.
I'd be surprised if it went down that easily. But I hope so. I hope so.
Heal him, dear Lord. Oh, please hear my prayers, dear God. Heal him.
Brother, they've poisoned our teacher. He can't speak or even turn from right to left. He's about to die from fever. We ask for the prayers of our brothers and sisters.
Have I missed the time for prayer?
Ustad.
Thanks be to God.
No, sir. You still have time. Thank God. We were so worried. We didn't think you would wake.
God willing, as long as it remains in our hearts, no one will be able to erase their Nur.
Ustad, how could someone do this to you? How can people be
It's
so...
all right. Troubles of the past were meant to be and serve their purpose. And we'll move forward, if God is willing.
Will Bediuzzaman die? Bediuzzaman is healed. My mother and I also prayed for him to recover.
It's unbelievable. I don't understand why he isn't dead.
I told you, didn't I? That this one would be hard to kill?
We're not through yet. There are many ways to kill a man.
Send a photographer over immediately. We're not through with him yet. We'll plaster his broken image all over the newspapers.
Ustad, there's a photographer here from the newspaper. He insists on taking your picture. What should we do?
Look, this man thinks he can mock us.
What should we do? We can't send this picture to the newspapers.
Destroy it.
The past few months, I felt so homesick and alone in these mountains. But my cure was surrendering to God. What does one find if he lost God in his life? And what does one lose if he found God in his life? Brother, I wonder Have I finished my duty? Is the Risale-i Nur enough? Can I leave you and these words in my place and return to God with peace?
You praise us too much. We have only tried to serve but a little. Teaching true faith in these times is a tremendous service and a holy duty. A real believer becomes an anchor of strength for the people. This is what you have provided for us all, and this is what you have become for us all. Praise be to God.
This is horrible news. Now that Nursi has recovered from poison, they're calling him a hero. Can you believe it?
We should kill him outright.
No. First of all, we have to make an example out of him. If we kill him while the people still love him, we'll never stop his message.
So we do just nothing?
Patience, my friend. Patience. We must move carefully is all.
Hafiz, you must keep writing. Love is a strong emotion directed toward a mortal beloved. It either leaves one in continuous pain and suffering, or the mortal lover seeks the endlessly loving one, the only one worthy of such an intense attraction. In this way, metaphoric love becomes real love, the love of God.
Glory to God. I see. The explanations in this book are just wonderful. They satisfy the heart and the mind.
What are you reading, Dad?
A book that explains the truths of the Quran. The author is a man I've been hearing about. He was a volunteer colonel at that time. Together with his students, he fought heroically, as did many in the war. They say this man has been exiled to Barla. I must visit him and ask him to pray for me.
Just spread the word that Sayyid Nursi is manipulating religion for his political gain, and also claim that his main goal is to establish a dictatorship based on religion. You need to ruin his positive image. Use his ethnic background, for example. Tell people things like, you're Turkish, whereas he is Kurdish. You have many Turkish scholars. Why would you follow a Kurdish religious figure, for God's sake?
Yes, sir. That's excellent.
You must discourage Sayyid Nursi's students in various ways, using greed and jealousy and the greatest weapon, fear.
Only the devil stands against this service. We work for saving belief in the eternal welfare of the people. No other sin compares to rejection of faith. You may find a worldly pleasure in disbelief, bliss in ignorance, but it can never be considered a real pleasure. It's pain over pain, darkness over darkness, and strife over strife.
Sir, shall I prepare the tea for us?
Don't light a fire, brother. This grass also has life. Every living creature calls out God's name in its own language. Why don't you light the fire away from the grass? Brothers, it's time that I go into seclusion. The pilgrims will be on Mount Arafat, and I recite Al-Ikhlas 1,000 times on that night.
I understand, sir. But sir, I don't understand how they could bring weapons up here. There's no road.
Do as you were told, or I will replace you with someone who does. Got it?
Fine. It's easy to give orders from so far away, isn't it? Huh? Come here and make people believe that. How am I going to get out of this? Oh, great.
Please, God, help our beloved teachers. Watch over him at this time. Protect him. Bury him through this.
Protect him in this hour of need. Come and hear your face. Oh, please help him to be able to continue his work. He's a good man.
Guide us in a straight path, and please, please protect him. You are the most merciful,
May he
the
have
most
many more
compassionate.
years to live on this earth.
What are you doing?
They say Bediuzzaman is reciting Surah Al-Ikhlas these nights. Mother and I are also reciting it.
Okay.
Happy Eid.
Happy Eid to you too, my brother.
Happy Eid, sir.
Hello, Bedreddin. I gave walnuts to the children as an Eid present. Perhaps I'll give more to the ones who can recite the Quran.
I know it too, sir. Can I recite it?
Mm-hmm.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim.
Well done, my son. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
We must not neglect to teach the children the Quran. It is very important. The Quran brings material and spiritual benefit.
Ustad, pray for me so that I may recite the Quran for the rest of my life.
May God consent, my brother.
Thank you. My wife and I are expecting another child soon. I hope it will be a boy.
Brother, a child is a gift from the endlessly merciful Creator. We should not mind its composition, but only the sender.
That Nursi finally got them in trouble. And now they're taking them all to Ayardur for questioning. If they keep on like that, more will be going to Ayardur, believe me.
Where did you hide the guns? Tell me! Tell me where the guns are! Just tell me now!
I just saw a little gun. Soldier. I haven't seen any more.
Take him! Bring Shamli Deepen now!
Shamli Deepen, let's go.
They haven't camped out in the hills for nothing. They've got enough guns up there for an army. You know, I've seen them with my own eyes. I have, yeah.
But how could a couple of guys carry so many guns up those mountains?
Since you know the location, go get the weapons. Why leave them there?
Right.
Look, mister. They're talking about enough guns for an army. Where are the guns?
Where there are guns for an army, there are people to carry them. But there are few of us.
The head office says there are guns.
Proving their existence shouldn't be hard. What exactly do you need me for, then?
Answers. You sit like the others, saying your daily prayers, but why are you writing? Who do you think you're teaching religion? The government provides everything the people need. There's no place for your extremist beliefs.
Can you stop death? Silence the voice inside? You see that nobody can escape death. The world leaves us. But our soul hungers for eternity. So then, shouldn't humanity struggle with all its power to face this reality? To face our own fears of our earthbound mortality? And one day, leaving it for the greater gifts from God Almighty.
Please hurry, honey. I have to finish these articles. Those foolish men cost us precious time.
I'll take care of the work. You finish writing.
May God bless you in this world and the hereafter, dear.
Brother, I'm going away to pray and reflect once again up on Pine Mountain. Some people also wish to debate with me.
Ustad, what should we do?
You brothers must remain ever vigilant. Don't get caught up in misunderstandings. Stick to doing your service. Serving hands can sometimes lose themselves and must be held in place with compassion. A village is nothing without a mayor. A needle nothing without a tailor. A letter is nothing without a clerk. How can the universe be so perfectly ordered without a judge, an owner, a creator? I hope my handwriting honors Bediuzzaman's words. Brother Husrev does a great service. May this beautiful calligraphy inspire its readers. I can only pray that God Almighty sees fit to honor this beautiful work with the gaze of the faithful and the humble.
Those are the booklets to revise, sir. There are 2 letters and a box.
From Nu the Pilgrim. Yes, this man is very noble. Wherever I am, he finds a way to keep in touch. So he's made the pilgrimage again. He sends his warmest greetings to us. Hafiz, you send copies of the chapter of the miracles of the Holy Prophet to our friend Mr. Nu to distribute, right?
Already sent, sir.
May God reward you.
Sir, Mr. Nu the Pilgrim has sent 21 presents. That's exactly how many copies of the Risale we sent to him. Do you think it's a coincidence?
God is great. These presents were not sent to us as a result of a simple coincidence, Tevik, my brother. Every single incident will show us that there is no place for coincidence in this entire universe.
Ustad, I see now that through God's guidance we have been learning this truth, and these events are strengthening our conviction, thanks to you.
And this is from my brother Abdul-Majid. These 2 men are living proof that we still have loyal and faithful friends in this world. Friendship, we are given but a taste. Its true joy lies in the hereafter. We have news from my sister too. Abdul-Majid brings greetings from my sister living in Damascus. He says she's very worried about me. That holy and wise woman never forgets to pray for me.
Would you like to write a reply?
My sister has the right to hear from me. My brother, Mr. Refet, congratulations for your newborn daughter. The most important point on our path is compassion. You deserve more congratulations since women are heroes of compassion. May I suggest the name Zainab? And please continue teaching the Quran, which is another source of blessings for both your family and us all.
Sir, if I had seen the nests, I would have never pitched our tents here. Ants are everywhere. I better bury these nests with dirt.
You cannot build a home by destroying another. Find another place to pitch the tent.
But sir, there are ants everywhere. We can't set up here.
So we'll find another place. We destroyed their nest. Let them have the sugar.
Sir, you're very protective of even the smallest of creatures. Some people say that you even feed them rice. Why would you do such a thing?
Ants and bees care for one another with humility and equality. These qualities are the pillars of a republic and the pillars of heaven.
Sir, our spies tell us that Side Nursi is gathering crowds around him.
Even in the mountains, this man manages to find an audience.
How is Nursi able to reach so many people while he is in exile?
And that's the thing about religion. You can't predict what it will do to people.
So what do?
We will continue to press on until the end. We can't let this man ruin everything we've been planning.
Nursi's ethnicity. It's different.
Oh, yes. That's good. We'll start spreading the news. Start telling people that this Nursi is not even Turkish. That he's an outsider.
Apparently another officer joined Saeed Nursi, a Colonel Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
This is out of control.
Yes, it is.
People just walk up and pay respects to that man without any fear.
You're right.
We can't have this kind of public disobedience going on. Do whatever you can do to stop people from reaching that man. You got it?
I will, sir.
This Nursi's nationality is different from yours. Why do you follow him?
Well, that's a silly question. Aren't we all God's servants?
Maybe we are, but why should we follow an outsider when we have our own scholars?
What's the matter? What were you talking about?
That Nursi.
Please, sit down.
We shouldn't expect anything good from him.
Uh-huh. You're absolutely right. This man will divide the country if no one puts a stop to him.
You're wrong. This man's actions are absolutely clear. He's got a book called Munazarat. It was written before the Republic was founded. He went to Kurdish tribes and told them to remain loyal. He tells Kurds they must unite with the Turks. He tells them that we as people and God's servants are no different. That together we are all on the same path, the one that God has set down for us. Where's the separatism in that?
We are going to be in trouble if you're late.
How can we know for sure? What about his other writings? Why don't you make up another story?
Sir, as God is my witness, this man is telling the truth. In the constitutional period, when every group fought each other out of racial hatred, we all know how he called the Kurds in Istanbul to order. Ustad doesn't care about race. What matters to him is that there is peace amongst all people. What you're saying about Ustad just simply isn't true.
But they exiled him here, right? Must be for trying to harm the country. He's a Kurd, a troublemaker. Why can't you open your eyes? He's a threat to us all.
How can you say that? This man struggled to convince the Constitutional Council and the Republican Council to establish a university in Van. That's helping people. There will be a university for religious and scientific scholarship. A place where children can learn languages as well.
Only to raise more backward fanatics like himself. What's the use of teaching outdated languages?
Not true. Bediuzzaman has said that in university, Arabic should be taught, and Turkish, as well as Kurdish. Ustad insists on not leaving anyone's culture or belief behind so as to ensure a brighter future. To me, that sounds like a rounded education.
Hafiz, when did you become such a philosopher? What use do we have for Arabic or Kurdish in this day and age? Right? Our teacher is a preacher's son. He knows religion better than you do. I say think for yourself and don't follow some stranger. The only things you'll get from Saeed Nursi are lies.
Very soon, they'll take him away from here.
So, what if they take him away? How would it benefit you? What do you care? You act like you're some big shot.
Ready, sir.
Let's send the letter to Erdir immediately. I just remembered something, and I don't want to forget.
Okay, sir.
I know I'm temporary here, but as the one entrusted by the people, you are responsible for putting this place right. But for how many years have you done me great harm? Consider your official duties and your beloved son. To avoid further sin, please take your son away from here. Also, those books you send me on behalf of others, who do they truly benefit? How are the people whose souls cry out for eternity being served?
Have you seen the latest intelligence reports?
If the reports are true, then there are hundreds of thousands of handwritten booklets circulating.
What? Hundreds of thousands? With so few men? What were you doing when they were doing all this?
We've put pressure on them every way we know how.
Didn't I tell you that wouldn't be enough?
But then, what else do you expect us to do about this, sir?
I'll go there and take care of this myself.
Men skilled at spreading disunity and corruption try to drive the faithful off the straight path. One of the schemes they use is anti-nationalism. I tell those non-believers, those who are enemies of the Turks hiding under the banner of Turkishness, that I will never side with a handful of so-called Kurdish nationalists against the millions of my brothers and sisters. I love the Turkish believers and all those who uphold the teachings of the Quran in this land. We are of one family. You, trying to separate my brothers from me with negative propaganda. But what real good have you done for this land that you claim to love so much?
Accept my prayers.
God's mercy be with you, brother. Lady Zara has taken on your duties so you could write down the Risale. She got sick so often. I will pray for this righteous sister. along with the prayers of my closest students. I assure you, brother, she will not travel alone.
May God be pleased with you, sir.
May God be pleased with us all.
No more excuses. We gave you everything you asked for, and this is what we get.
So anyway, is everything ready in Sparta?
It is, sir.
Are they still saying the call to prayer in Arabic and not in Turkish?
They are, sir.
He's an enemy of the Republic. He is a threat, and we must get him out of Barley.
Arrest Said Nursi and send him to Sparta. Break up any networks that they have as well. That's an order.
Arrests, questioning, and pressure. It's all getting to be too much as time goes on, sir.
Difficulty comes when people do what is right. In the long history of Islam, few efforts have been so successful and seen such little resistance as the Risale-i Nur. Have faith, my brother, we shall prevail.
Action has been taken to send Nursi to Sparta, sir.
I don't think you really understand how explosive this situation has become. This man, he reminds the people of their connection to the past. Past we cannot touch. If we don't put a stop to this before long, the people will flood to him.
I know what you mean. But aren't those days behind us?
Deep in the subconscious of the people, the roots and traditions of religion still burn strong, though quietly. Said Nursi is attempting to fuel that fire.
This is the mother hen, and this is the baby. They're faithful friends. Never left me without eggs. Would you feed them when I'm gone?
When you're gone? Sir, what do you mean?
It's time to pray.
Enter the mosque while the call to prayers is being recited. Catch him in the act and detain him. Now get to it!
Isn't it a sin to interrupt someone while praying?
If it is, then it's on the commander's head. You have your orders.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Enough! Quiet! Hurry up. Nursi is leaving. After today, this will all be behind us. And I don't want to see you around here from now on. Just get out of my sight and do your job.
Come on, people.
Get out.
What's going on? Everybody out. Get out.
What's happening?
Come on, let's keep it moving.
What are you
Everybody
doing?
out. Get out. Clear the area.
Move along.
We
didn't do anything.
Empty this place. Come on.
Keep going.
Brothers, do not grieve. Do not abandon your hopes. We are under God's grace. Those men are under orders. Do not resist them. Do not fight. All is as it should be. Please keep meeting your prayers. You are innocent. Your prayers won't be refused.
Their destination is Asparta, the unspeakable cruelties against an innocent who could fit all his worldly possessions into a basket would continue to go on. So too would the torture of those whose hearts are too big to fit in this great wide world.
Işık var çevresinde.